Welcome back to On the Rise, and Jesse Marsch has truly put a stamp on his Canadian men's national team roster heading into the Copa America by making a major decision around the captain armband, by handing the captain armband and announcing his new captain as Alphonso Davies. That is right, Jesse Marsch has gone with Alphonso Davies, the Bayern Munich man, the biggest name on the Canadian men's national team roster, and he has made the vice captain Stephen Eustaquio, the man a lot of supporters would have made the captain, the preferred choice within the fan base to become the captain was Stephen Eustaquio, and Jesse Marsch has gone the opposite way by choosing Alphonso Davies to be his new captain, and it's a decision that I would have made the complete opposite, flipped it around and made Stephen Eustaquio my captain. But we don't know what happens in that dressing room. We don't know who has the bigger voice, but we do know that Jesse Marsch has been asking Alphonso Davies the big questions and trying to get him to play a bigger leadership role. It's a very interesting move and a very bold move that he's going with Alphonso Davies to shake up that dressing room, take the armband, and truly take a bigger leadership role. It's not the decision I probably would have made. I think Stephen Eustaquio was the better option, was the preferred choice within the fan base, for the supporters, and this decision will divide the fan base quite a bit. A lot of fans want to see Stephen Eustaquio, a lot of fans wanted to see Alphonso Davies become the new captain, and this will split the fan base quite a bit, and I'm very intrigued to see what you guys have to say in the comments. Do you guys think it should have been Alphonso Davies? Should have been Stephen Eustaquio? Let me know down below, because there's so much to talk about here with Alphonso Davies getting that armband. I'm very intrigued about this decision, but make sure to drop a like, hit that sub button, guys, because the support has been incredible and I really appreciate it. But this is major. Seeing Alphonso Davies become the captain, this is a lot of pressure for Alphonso Davies. And yes, he's played at the top level of football, playing for Bayern Munich, being linked to Real Madrid, winning a Champions League, winning multiple Bundesliga titles. Alphonso Davies been there, he's done it. He's done it at the top level, and yes, he's one of the best left backs in the world, even though he's had a poor season. But this is a different task, being a captain, leading your nation on one of the biggest tournaments in international football, and a major tournament in the Copa America, and a tournament where Canada's expected more than you would really think here. Canada's and a lot of supporters are expecting us to get out of the group. Yes, it's a difficult group, but a group that this Canadian roster and Canadian side should be making it out of. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but they should be making out of this group. And Alphonso Davies taking up that armband for his first ever major tournament and only a few games ever being captain for the Canadian national side, this is a major ask for Alphonso Davies. He's now been asked to take up a bigger leadership role within this Canadian side, whether that's in the dressing room, on the pitch. Jesse Marsch is asking him to take up a major role. We saw it a few weeks ago just before those friendlies, where Jesse Marsch and Alphonso Davies, you saw Alphonso Davies coming out in the press conference, really saying that Jesse Marsch was asking him the big questions. How does it feel to be Canadian? What does it truly mean to be Canadian? And Alphonso Davies was truly thinking about those questions that it got him thinking, and that is huge to think about as a captain of a national team. What it means to wear that armband, how it feels to wear that maple leaf on your chest and hold that jersey and be able to lead this nation out for the Copa America and for the 2026 World Cup. Yes, he might not be the captain come then, and who knows, things can change. But this is a major tournament and a huge opportunity for Alphonso Davies and a true change of the guard. Jesse Marsch has shaken things up completely, because for myself, I would have made it Stephen Eustaquio. You could see it in a French game that Stephen Eustaquio is the glue that holds this Canadian national team together. The midfield is where you win football games. Stephen Eustaquio is clearly the most important player in this Canadian national side alongside Ismail Kone. And he was fantastic, and he always is. But you can always see he holds himself in such high regard. He never causes a fuss. He's always great in press conferences. He's great with the officials. Stephen Eustaquio is a true role model on the pitch and a great presence on the field as well. But we don't know what these players are like in the dressing room. We don't know what they do in the dressing room. We don't know the vibe they bring, but we know Alphonso Davies has the presence on the pitch. Whether you have new players coming to camp, whether you have the current squad there, Alphonso Davies will always be looked at on a higher pedestal because of the club he plays for, because of the players he's played with, because of the people he's trained with, because of the managers he's been coached by. Alphonso Davies will always be looked up to by anyone in the squad. And it is a huge opportunity to get that armband, but you're going to have to show the presence on the pitch and have players who are constantly looking up to you. So you're going to have to show it with your play on the pitch for supporters. And he's going to have to raise his game in the locker room, even though we don't know what he truly has. But he said it in interviews that he was a bit of a quieter guy. He was just saying, like, let's go, boys, let's keep it up, and all of that sort of stuff. But with Jesse Marsch asking him to take that bigger leadership role, I really think Alphonso Davies can step it up. I'm not saying this is a bad option to go with Alphonso Davies as the next Canadian men's national team captain. I'm just thinking it's not who I would have went with. Stephen Eustaquio is a great leader. We've been able to see that through his time as a captain, taking a great role against France and playing very well. And you can just see the way he carries himself. He is captain material. And Alphonso Davies is as well, but I think it's a lot to ask, especially with no leaders in this side. Alphonso Davies is still very young. He's a couple years younger, of course, than Stephen Eustaquio, but he has played at the highest level. He'll have all the players on the national team looking up to him. He's going to have to play and raise his game and not try to play hero ball all the time, but he's also going to have to play on the field with that captain mentality, with that presence, and being able to carry himself just a bit more with that captain material. As we've seen with Atiba Hutchinson, which we've seen with Milan Borjan, we've had multiple players in the past year or two with this Canadian national side, especially under John Herdman, with that true mentality and that veteran mentality that they are winners, they'll get the job done, they'll get it over the line, and those veterans were huge for Canada. With the change of the guard, Alphonso Davies doesn't have those bigger names, those veterans presence with this national side to truly help him out. There's no Milan Borjan, there's no Steven Vitoria, there's no Atiba Hutchinson, and also there's no Junior Hoylett. Alphonso Davies doesn't have those older heads, those older players to look upon who have been through the years, through the grind with this Canadian national side and seen it from ugliest point of its existence of this side to where we are at now. Those players like Atiba Hutchinson, like Borjan, Vitoria, who got this side, who got this nation through some of its ugliest points in its history when I've been alive, to now in a greater time for this Canadian national side. He doesn't have those players who have been there through thick and thin. And now, without Junior Hoylett, that is a huge loss that now I really think with Alphonso Davies becoming captain, he doesn't have that veteran leadership there anymore. And it's going to be very interesting to see how he can deal with that. And I'm sure he's going to go talk to Milan Borjan, or maybe he'll reach out to Atiba Hutchinson and Junior Hoylett or Vitoria and just see how it meant to be the Canadian national team captain, how it felt to wear that armband, how you have to carry yourself, how you have to lead yourself with supporters and show yourself out there. Because it's just something you should do. And I think it's something I would do if I was the captain. Reach out to past captains, see how it felt, see how you have to carry yourself and really what it meant to wear that armband. Because I know Alphonso Davies knows what it means to be Canadian. I know he has what it takes to carry that armband. And I think he is a great option for that armband as well. For me, it was Stephen Eustaquio or Alphonso Davies, and he got it. And this is a great way for Jesse Marsch to really put his name out there and say, this is my man. I believe in Alphonso Davies. I think he is the face of the national team. And I think he has what it takes to carry that armband. I think that's what Jesse Marsch is doing. He's, of course, nationwide. If you're a hockey supporter, if you're a curling supporter, if you're any kind of sports fan, you know who Alphonso Davies is. You might not know who Stephen Eustaquio is, and you might not know who Alistair Johnston is. And Alphonso Davies is just that name out there that any Canadian knows who they are. And you name him your captain, everybody knows. And it's something that I think is also huge as well. It's very marketable. It's very huge within the sports world that Alphonso Davies is now your captain. He's your man, and it's great to see. And he also has that experience, guys. We can't go past that. He's been at the top level. He's done it. He knows how it is to play with the likes of Thomas Muller. He knows how it is to play with the likes of Joshua Kimmich. He's been around some fantastic captains, some fantastic leaders. Manuel Neuer. He's been around the best. And if you can take little bits and pieces from Atiba Hutchinson, Neuer, Borjan, Muller, Kimmich, Vitoria, Alphonso Davies has all the pieces there to become a great Canadian captain, and he has been through the entire ranks, and he has seen it all. So I really think Alphonso Davies is a great option And no matter who we pick between Stephen Eustaquio or Alphonso Davies, I will absolutely back them as the captain, and I'll absolutely support the decision, because ultimately as a captain, it's not just how you play, it's how you carry yourself on the pitch, as well as in the locker room, and lead your nation, and show how it means to be Canadian. But let me know what you guys think down below. Should have been Eustaquio, should have been Davies, Alistair Johnson, Jonathan David. Who should have been? Let me know down below in the comments. Smash that like button, drop a sub, because the support has been incredible, guys, and we have so much content coming on the channel because we are getting so close to the Copa America opener against Argentina. Drop that comment, hit that like button, and drop a sub, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.